Hi there. I know how difficult it is for parents to teach their children at home, and so I thought I would do a short video that would show you how to use the teachables that we provide free of charge to teachers and to parents. I'm going to show you how to make your own games now, and it's going to cost you nothing at all except a little bit of time. All you need are your markers or pencil crayons, some glue stick or glue, and a pair of scissors, and I need you to go and buy 4 sheets of bristle board. And what you're going to do first of all with your bristle board is you're going to line it up so that you have little cards on each section. You're going to have 4 colors: green and blue, red, and yellow. And what you're doing is you're basically making little cards that are this size that you're going to use to make different cards using our free activities that we give you. And with that, you're going to make all kinds of games that your children will be able to play. And while they play, they're going to learn phonics, reading, writing, spelling, and yes, even grammar while they do it. After you've cut up your cards, what you have is a number of little cards like this in green, and you have some blue cards, because in this particular teachable we're going to focus especially on nouns, which are these ones over here, and they go on the blue cards, and on verbs or action words, which go on the green cards. So after the children have colored these, what you do is you simply cut them up, or have the children cut them up, and now you have a whole bunch of little pieces of paper like this that are already colored. You also have the words that are on the bottom, and you've cut those off, and they're right there separately. And here are your action words, your monkeys, that you're going to do. So after that, you have some choices. You can either make your cards to be exactly like the phonics flip cards that are in my book, in which case you put a picture of the action monkey on the front, and when you flip it over, you have the word on the back. So you have your monkey sleeping, and there is the word sleep. So that's one way to do it, and you can certainly make 2 sets of cards if you like, because you can print off as many of these as you like. So those are your phonics flip cards. Or what you can do is you can have 2 cards. You can have one card which has the picture on it, and another card where you have the word. Now with these, what you can do is you can play matchups. So you can lay all of the cards face down, and you can have the children play matchups trying to find the picture with the matching word. This is a great way to encourage them to learn to read the words that go with the pictures. So you might definitely want to do that. So we've made up all our different cards here. We have cat and cat to go with it. We have lunch and lunch, horse with the picture and horse with that. Now supposing you want to add some other words that we don't have here. So what you do is you simply take a piece of paper, or you can print right on the card itself. And what I've done is I've just picked some simple words that are these are basically words that children have to memorize. So we have the word we have the word I, the word like is an action word, so it's on green, the word she, the word he, another action word, can, the word is, the word you, and the word am. With these words and these words that you have here, you can now make all kinds of sentences that the children can start to work on. And that's going to be the next thing that we're going to do. You've made up the cards and you've done these different activities. The next step is to take the cards and for the children to make sentences with the cards. Now this is an activity that you can use basically anywhere from kindergarten all the way up to grade 3. What will happen is as you get into the older grades, more words will be used in the sentences. So your children are going to start up probably with very, very short sentences. It could be just a picture sentence, for example, cats wash, or They may say, the monkey swims. Or they could say simply, you can switch these cards and say, cats swim. So there are a number of different things that you can do using just the picture cards. And then you can go on to introduce for the very young children the simplest words that you have made up. So for example, this is very simple. You've got I swim, you eat lunch, he can read, cats wash, she writes books, we sleep. Now, after you've done this part of it, what you can do, you can either have the children, again, cut these out, and they can paste them right onto their sheets using the correct little picture cards, and printing those few words that they've learned. As the children get older, they can now put their sentences out on the magic grid, and then after that, take out a notebook and copy their sentences. So this is a really great activity if a child is not very comfortable in writing in a book or in keeping a journal yet, because what they're doing is they're making up their sentences and then they're copying their sentences into the book. If they don't know what a certain word is, they can simply paste the picture right into their notebook. And next we're going to learn how to add more words to make more exciting sentences. You've given the children a start now with pictures and words to go with the pictures. We're now ready to go into introducing children to more of the different words. So what we're going to do is you have your bristle board that you have drawn up into the various rectangles, and what you're going to do now is you're simply going to use the words that are the easiest words. Most of them are going to be 2 or 3 letter words to start with, and the most common words, and we're going to start by printing those onto the correct color of bristle board. So on the blue bristle board we have the naming words, and you can see the simple words we've used. We've got I, we, he, she, pet, you, me, they, it. These are very common words, and most of these words they're going to have to actually memorize. Now, if you like, you can also use these to introduce phonics, or to work with them on phonics when they're learning to pronounce different things. Now, then, so we've got our blue words, and we're going to go ahead now and create a number of green words that are very common that we want to use. And again, there are very common words like is, are, am, said, come, be, ask, go, do, can, like, and live. Now, so right here we have enough. If we cut these up for the children that are in grade 1, right, with just these 2 cards, they can make probably hundreds of different little sentences that are just 2 words long. But now we want to add to that, and we want to add some of our helper words, which are our red words, to make it easier for them to make different sentences. So again, we've started with some very common ones: the, here, on, into, there, this, and, that, to, and then I've added in under, and you can add in different words as well. And then last of all, we have our descriptive words that we're going to add in. And here we have my, your, our, their, some, all, and we've added fast and slow. And with these words that we have now, if you start off with these 4 cards and these words, you have enough words there to make literally hundreds of sentences. What I would suggest is that you cut these up and you create a little word wall somewhere in your home where you can put these words onto some sort of a backing, or if you like, what you can do is cut them out and just put them on a table and let the children play with them. As you can see, that this Teachable will get you started on teaching your children everything from the alphabet on up until they're actually making sentences. Now, I've condensed all kinds of lessons into this one session just to help you to get some ideas as to how you can use the Teachable that is provided free of charge on our website. All you have to do is sign up to receive our emails with our blogs, and we will send you not just this Teachable, but other Teachables as they come out. Or if you prefer and you don't want to sign up, you can simply purchase the Teachable on our website. So now I'm just going to review what we've learned here. As we're putting together these different sentences, you can see that the children are now using some of the cards you've made up, and they're still using some of the picture cards. For example, you are sleeping, she is washing, I am reading. So here's a great place for you to introduce the fact that you're going to add endings on your verbs. So you're adding the ing ending on these different words, and you're also showing them the difference between I am, she is, he is, you are. So that in itself can be a lesson for one day. Here's another situation here. That cat, they can write. Reading upside down isn't easy for me. Then again, here's another one. All cats eat. And look at this long sentence that you can make with just these words. I'm just going to move this up so you can see it better. My dog plays with your toys. So you can make longer sentences, shorter sentences, and each child is at a different level. So the important thing for you to remember is, don't try and do everything at once. Start off with just one activity a day. So, for example, you might be working on the alphabet letters. If your child is very young, you might be working on them for weeks and just work for 20-25 minutes a day on them. Then you go on to another activity and you do that for several days for 20 to 25 minutes. If your child is older, in grade 2 or grade 3, then you can skip the letters and just go straight into working with some of the words and having them write them out in their little journals or sentence books. So don't worry if you don't get it right, because there is no right and wrong. The most important thing is that you are sitting down with your child and you're playing with words. And by doing that, by playing with words with your child, you're teaching your child that learning to read is important, learning to write is important, and that you value those activities. That is the most important lesson of all. So my suggestion is keep it short, but keep it often. Do it every day for a few minutes at a time, even if they're going to school and you just want to reinforce what they're learning there. So I wish you all the best, and don't get discouraged. Just have fun with your child. Thank you for listening.